What if the thing you're waiting for has already started, and the delay is just the delivery system, not stalled, not denied, in motion? Sometimes the answer leaves heaven before your mind catches up. It begins quietly, like a wire transfer you can't see yet. The signal is sent, the route is chosen, and the confirmation is on the way, just not in your hand. And because you can't touch it, you start questioning everything that was promised. Here's the truth most people never learn. When it looks slow, it's often being rooted. It's passing checkpoints. Paperwork you'll never read is being stamped in rooms you'll never enter. And while you're staring at the door, the answer is already walking down the hallway. Quick promise for today. I'll show you how to know it's in motion, how to stop sabotaging it with panic talk, and how to walk like it's done so you recognize the delivery when it arrives. If that already hits home, tap like so YouTube shows this to others who need it. And tell me in the comments, I'm done waiting like a stranger. Let's move. But first, why does the answer feel so silent? Silence isn't absence. Silence is orchestration. Real alignment rarely shouts. It doesn't crash into your inbox with balloons and confetti. It builds in the background, threading a tiny needle through a chain of moments you won't understand until later. Silence protects timing. If everything were loud while you were still fragile, you would celebrate too early, expose too much, and lose what was being formed. Quiet seasons harden your discernment. They slow your reactions, teach you to recognize the authentic, and keep you from chasing lookalikes. Think about the seasons you almost settled because nothing was moving. Then, out of nowhere, the exact open door appeared, one that didn't demand you shrink to fit. That wasn't random. That was calibration. Mini Hawk, if silence has been heavy, you're not being ignored. You're being tuned. Drop tuned in the comments if that's you. And subscribe if you want weekly deep dives like this without fluff. Now, if it's true that silence is strategy, what's happening inside you while the outside is quiet? The peace arrives in you before it arrives around you. That's the pattern. You want the landscape to change first, the job, the contract, the relationship, the inbox. But strength shows up inwardly, so you won't misread the outside when it finally shifts. Identity must match the assignment. If it doesn't, you will treat the blessing like an audition, and the room will feel hostile when it was built for you. Here's the litmus test. When the same noise that used to rattle you now sounds ordinary, that's formation. When you stop over-explaining your value, negotiating with your fear, and begging for permission to be what you already are, that's formation. Call this the roots before reach sequence. Trees that reach too fast snap at the first wind. Deep roots are slow and glamorous and invisible. But when the storm comes, the planted remain. It's not that the wind stops, it's that you stop tipping. So if the inner work is happening, how do you spot the earliest signals that the outside is catching up? You'll see whispers before you see headlines. Watch for these: unusual ease in one path and unusual friction in the wrong one. The door you were meant to walk through on. Need you to beg your way in, align people who mirror the future you. Not the old you conversations that move you forward without you pitching your worth. Timed opportunities that meet preparation you already did. Not lottery luck. Alignment. In a rest even though metrics haven't caught up yet. Panic loosens its grip. Your pace becomes deliberate. Compounding confirmations. 2 or 3 unrelated signals pointing in the same direction within days. How to separate confirmation from coincidence. Ask, does it require me to become smaller to access it? If yes, that's not confirmation. Ask, does it lock me into places my healed self won't survive? If yes, pass. Ask, is the first cost my peace? If yes, you already know. Comment one subtle sign you've noticed this week. Your note might be somebody else's map. Recognition is step 1. Step 2 is movement, because nothing multiplies while you stand still. Stop performing for rooms you were born to lead. Walk like the ink is dry even when the envelope is still traveling. That doesn't mean arrogance. It means congruence, aligning behavior with belief. Here are 3 activations you can do today. Change your language. Retire panic phrases. If it doesn't work, just replace with, "This is where I'm assigned, and I will build with who shows up." Words set your internal posture. Decide faster at the edges. In delays, indecision multiplies. Reduce it. If the option steals your peace, it's expensive even if it's free. If the option honors your values. Step, momentum likes clarity. Upgrade your boundaries. No more unpaid emotional internships. You're not obligated to convince anyone who benefits from misunderstanding you. Say less, deliver more. Exit cleanly. Live from answered prayer, not toward it. When you do, people start reading your certainty as competence. Doors you used to knock on start opening from the inside, because those rooms can smell conviction. If this has you shifting in your seat, hit like. It tells the algorithm this message matters and it keeps this kind of content in your feed. But when you start moving like that, don't be surprised when some branches fall away. That's not failure. That's pruning. Before promotion, there is always a tidy up. People you thought were permanent go quiet. Opportunities that look dazzling lose their shine. The timeline stretches past your comfort. It feels like subtraction, but it's skilled subtraction, removing what can't survive the next altitude. Pruning is not punishment, it's precision. It closes doors that lead to rooms where your authenticity would be taxed. It ends conversations where your destiny is always on trial. It protects you from a level of exposure your character isn't designed to carry yet. Read that again. What is protected is being prepared. And no, you're not late. You're right on time, because your timing isn't measured by a trend chart. It's measured by readiness. Some of the most painful delays you've felt were God's way of keeping you available for the right introduction at the right hour. Quick relief. You don't owe a thesis paper on why you're changing. When seasons shift, explanations get short. I'm aligned elsewhere. Period. If pruning has felt personal, type protected in the chat. You're not losing. You're being refined. Now here's what happens when alignment and pruning meet momentum that doesn't break you. At first, movement trickles, then it stacks, then it runs. Momentum is the feeling of being carried by what used to carry you. Deals that once required 6 follow-ups now land with 1. The right collaborators appear already convinced. The path stops arguing with you. 2 keys to surviving momentum. 1. Stay slow inside, speed outside. Stillness inside. Keep your devotional life rooted. Keep your calendar honest. Leave white space. Overbooking is how momentum becomes meltdown. To guard your confession, imposter thoughts don't vanish. They get creative. They'll say, "You're only lucky," or wait till they find out. When that starts, reply with data. I prepared. I stewarded. I'm called. Repeat as often as needed until your nerves comply. Multiplication is never just about you. Your yes unlocks more than checks. It unlocks people. Families alter their story because you stayed when it looked pointless. A city gets a resource because you refuse to hoard. Someone coming behind you will outrun you because you decided to build a road instead of a throne. That's the win. If you want more long-form messages that build momentum without hype, subscribe. We go deep every week, and it stays real. Let's land this with a 3-line charge you can carry into the week, and a challenge to put movement behind your faith today. Here's your recap in 3 lines. Silence isn't absence, it's architecture. The inner shift precedes the outer shift every time. Walk like it's done, and you'll meet the delivery on the road. Your charge: stop bracing for loss. Start preparing for evidence. Move one thing from someday to by 5 p.m. Send the email, update the deck, make the call, cut the noise, choose the route that fits the healed you. If the door doesn't honor your peace, it's not your door. Keep walking. What subtle confirmation did you ignore this month because it didn't look big enough? Name it out loud. Give it attention. Tiny proofs often carry the heaviest assignments. Tell me in the comments the one step you're taking today. If you need prayer, write "cover me" and a single line about the situation. This community reads and responds. You're not chasing a miracle. You're walking in its wake.